Hello everyone. This is second part of the chapter The Open Window from class 8th. So now we are going to start like this. I almost get a creepy feeling that they will all walk in through that window. So still first part I explained you that Veera was telling each and everything about her aunt to Mr. Nuttall, and it was all lie. Means she was trying to make fool to Mr. Nuttall. So when she was telling these all things, Mr. Nuttall was getting the creepy feeling. Means he was feeling scary. The window is open and means he was feeling scared. She broke off with a little shudder. It was a relief to Frampton when the aunt bustled into the room with a world of apology for being late in making her appearance. And meanwhile of this conversation, Mrs. Sampton came from upstairs and she was just apologized as for being late. I hope Veera has been amusing you, she said. She has been very interesting, said Mr. Frampton. I hope you don't mind the open the window, said Mrs. Sampton briskly. My husband and brother will be home directly from shooting. They always come in this way. They have been out for snipe and marshes today. They will make a fine mesh over the poor carpet, so like you men folk, isn't it? So as it was reality that Mrs. Sampton's husband and brother just went out for shooting, but Mr. Nuttall was completely unaware about this fact, so he was just confused that why this lady is talking like this. But Mrs. Sampton said that her husband and brother will be back through this window, that's why this window is open. She rustled on cheerfully about the shooting, scarcity of the word, prospect of a duck in the winter to Mr. Frampton. It was all purely horrible. So Mrs. Sampton is continuing with her talking about shooting, birds and about related to the shooting only. So that all things was making scary to Mr. Nuttall. He made a desperate but only partially successful efforts to turn the talk onto the less ghastly topic. He was conscious that his hostess were giving him only a fragmentary attention, and her eyes were constantly staring past to the window and the lawn beyond. It was certainly an unfortunate coincidence. It should have paid his visit the tragic anniversary. So all these things making Mr. Nuttall hopeless about the things regarding Mrs. Sampton. He was getting scared, he was feeling afraid, and he was thinking that why I just came in the house of Mrs. Sampton on the tragic anniversary of her husband's and brother's death. The doctor gave in ordering me complete rest in the absence of mental excitement, the avoidance of anything in the nature of violence, physical exercise, announced Frampton, who labored under the tolerably widespread delusion the total stranger, chance acquaintance, are hungry for the least detail for the one's ailment, for infirmities, their cause cure on matter of diet, they are not so much in agreement, he continued. So here Mr. Nuttall are trying to change the topic because he was getting a creepy feeling when Mrs. Sampton was talking about her husband and brother. So for trying to change the topic, he started to talk about himself. He is saying, I am in the village because doctor just said to me to take the mental rest, as I have the delusion regarding the things, I am mentally disturbed. So it is my disease to just live in the rural area as make my nerves settle. No, said Mrs. Sampton in the voice which only replaced a yawn at last the moment. Then she suddenly brightened her attention not to what the Frampton was saying. So here you will find that Mrs. Sampton was feeling bored. When Mr. Nuttall is saying all these things about himself, she was feeling bored. She did not pay any attention, and even she was yawning. Okay, she did not pay attention what Mr. Nuttall is saying. Here, they are at last. She cried just in the time for tea. Don't they look as if they are muddy up to eyes? Frampton shivered slightly and turned toward the niece. Look at the intended sympathetic comprehension. The child was staring out through the open window with a gazed horror in her eyes. It was a chill shock of the nameless fear. So here, what happens? Mrs. Sampton was completely unaware what Mr. Nuttall is talking about. Only she was waiting for her husband and brother. So same the time comes, she shouted that here my husband and brother are. They are here. Means see how muddy they are and how their eyes are looking. They are completely tired from shooting. And when Mr. Frampton just listened all these things, he just started shivering. Because he was feeling scared that really they are in the real, or it is like ghost, because he was considering them ghost, but in actuality they are real men. But as he was made fool by Veera, so he was considering them ghost and he was shivering. Frampton swung round his stool and looked at the same direction. So when Mrs. Sampton is saying that see my husband and brother are there, so Mr. Nuttall in a very scary, by shivering, he just saw behind in the deepening dwelling 3 figures were walking across the lawn toward the window. They were all carried the guns under their arm. One of them was additionally burdened with a white coat hung over his shoulders. A tired brown spaniel kept close in her high heels. Noiselessly they neared the house, and a hoarse young voice chanted out the drugs. I said, Bertie, why do you want? Frampton grabbed wildly his stick and hat, and the hall door, gravel drive, and the front gate was dimly noted. So what happens here? Means Mr. Nuttall also saw behind that what is this. So he just saw that 3 men by the shooting gun in their arms, they are coming down, and dog also, spaniel also was looking very tired. Her head was down on the ground and he was walking towards the house. So means as they were coming near to house, Mr. Nuttall was getting scared. He just hold his stick and means he tried to just escape from that area. So he just got ready himself for escaping from there. Now everyone, third part of the chapter I will explain you in the next chapter, next video. Thank you.